Ooh. How mustard's made.
Mustard is one of those classic condiments that adds a bold, unmistakable flavor
And
to
it's overhated, not gonna lie.
all kinds of dishes. With its bright yellow color, it doesn't just make your food pop. It also brings back memories of summer afternoons at the ballpark or backyard cookouts with
Okay, so now you're just glazing. Get out of here.
family and friends. You'll usually find it right next to hot dogs, burgers, sausages, or sandwiches. And just a little squirt of mustard can take the flavor to a whole new level.
Chat, you know, as I got older, you know what the best topping for a hot dog is as I grew up? Nothing, bro. If you get a real good hot dog and a good bun, it's good with nothing on it. I'm serious. It's so good with nothing on it. And, you know, condiments aside, some sauteed onions on it go crazy. I'm not going to lie. Some sauteed onion action on it. Oh, man. That's dry. You ain't never had a good hot dog before. You got to get a good brand hot dog. Don't get the red hot dogs. Get the brown hot dogs. You can't go wrong with the brown hot dogs. They so good, dude. Better yet, get you some of them cheddar,
You probably see mustard bottles lined up neatly on grocery store shelves all the time. But have you ever stopped to wonder what mustard is actually made of?
Yeah, it comes from mustard seeds, bud. I didn't need a video for this. But I clicked it anyway.
Or how it's produced on a big industrial scale? Today, we're diving into the journey of mustard. From tiny seeds to the iconic condiment that's a staple in so many of our meals. Before any hot dog gets that signature zigzag of mustard, and before those bright yellow bottles hit the grocery store shelves, the journey of classic yellow mustard actually
look at
starts
the little mustard.
millions of them to be exact.
Look
Plants
at
are part of the
them.
brassica family. The same crew as cabbage, broccoli, horseradish, and radishes.
The
They grow
seed.
small pod-like fruits that look a bit like green beans, and inside each one, dozens of mustard
A
seeds
little
packed with
mustard.
vinegar, a natural compound that gives mustard its bold, nose-tingling aroma.
Is that somebody dipping some French fries in some mustard? What?
The one you instantly recognize
That don't
the
even look like mustard.
moment you pop open a jar. The production journey begins out in massive open fields, where those little seeds are sown into the soil. And even though mustard seeds are some of the
Why are we watching this? Because I want to. You don't want to know how mustard's made? That's on you, bud.
tiniest out there, they pack serious power. Just under 2 pounds of seeds are enough to plant an entire pro baseball field, over 8,000 square feet.
Cap.
Each year,
You're
about
a
half
dirty
a million
liar.
acres of farmland across the western provinces of Canada are dedicated to growing mustard.
Man, I want to get me a mustard farm. Chat, should I get me a mustard farm for real?
The star of the show, Sinapis alba, also known as white mustard. That's what gives us the bright yellow stuff we all know and love. There's also
Ketchup's better, buddy. You quite literally cannot compare ketchup to mustard. It's two whole different things. They're not comparable.
or brown mustard, which brings a spicier kick and has more essential oils. In today's modern farming systems, mustard seeds and dry fertilizer are loaded into separate compartments of a trailer hitched to a tractor. From there, both the seeds and fertilizer are carefully measured out and carried by air through tubes down to the soil openers, where they're evenly planted into the ground. Since mustard seeds are super tiny, they need to be planted shallowly in firm soil to
So
sprout
they
properly.
don't get hurt.
Just a few days after planting, the first green shoots start to emerge. And before long, the entire field is covered in a blanket of...
You know how you can tell they're mustard seeds? Because they're yellow. That's how you know they're mustard seeds. Only yellow flowers in the world are mustard seeds. Every time you see a yellow flower, it's only a mustard plant.
vibrant green, turning those wide-open fields into a golden sea of yellow flowers. A sight that's both peaceful and absolutely...
Pause counter 9. Oh, you keeping up with them?
Those flowers start developing into little pods filled with
Where we
summer
at now?
winds down, usually by early August. The pods dry out and change color, signaling it's time to harvest. The mustard plants are then cut and fed into massive combine harvesters,
Don't
where the pods
feed
are
'em!
separated and the seeds are collected. The seeds are stored in
DC
a
double
large
with the
bin.
five
The
double.
leftover stems, shells, and branches are shredded and scattered
I
back onto
want
the
me a
field, where they'll naturally
double.
break down and nourish the soil for the next planting season.
All right, bro. I'm done watching these tractors drive around. Show me what happens in the factory, bro. I want to see the red 40 get injected.
Is packed with hundreds of thousands of pounds of mustard seeds. up to 200,000 pounds of the stuff used for yellow mustard.
Straight
To put
mustard
that in
action.
perspective, just one bottle of French's mustard, the brand we all know, takes more than 10 million mustard seeds to create that bold, tangy flavor everyone loves.
Wait, what? No, there's no way that's real. Did he say 10 million mustard seeds per bottle? What?
Just one bottle of French's mustard, the brand we all know, takes more than 10 million mustard seeds to create that bold, tangy flavor.
How? What? You understand how much 10 million is?
Everyone loves.
No way, you lie!
Before the real magic of mustard making begins, there's one absolutely crucial step: a deep clean.
Oh, they're
Seeds
gonna
go
give
through
the little
high-tech
seeds
vibrating
a
screens that shake
bath!
off any unwanted debris. Think dirt, rocks, and random bits that have no place in your mustard.
Yeah,
It's not just the first step, it's one of the most important steps in the whole process.
clean them.
Next up, the clean mustard seeds are moved into giant soaking tanks for what's
Yeah.
called the steeping stage.
Another bath.
During this time, the seeds absorb water and begin to swell,
Oh.
making them easier to grind later on.
What?
But that's not all. Steeping for around 3 hours also activates an enzyme
Make 'em
called
easier to what later on?
myrosinase. This enzyme is the secret sauce behind mustard's signature
What'd he say?
kick, helping lock in the flavor and giving the final product a smooth, consistent texture. Once the seeds are properly
They
soaked
gon'
and
die!
softened, it's time to mix in a carefully curated blend of ingredients to dial up the flavor.
Ooh, look at all that
White
reporting.
vinegar and turmeric are two of the stars. Turmeric's what gives yellow mustard that bold, unmistakable
What about
color.
the third star?
Then come the extras like paprika and salt, rounding out the taste with just the right balance of mild heat and savory depth. It's what makes every dip, drizzle, or dollop unforgettable.
But, buddy, it's forgettable. Okay, stop. Oh, man, I remember every single time I ever had some mustard in my life.
Powdery mixture then moves into massive mixing tanks, where water and vinegar are added with incredible precision.
Yeah,
The gold standard formula? Around 60% water, 20% vinegar,
Yeah.
15% mustard seed, and 5% salt and spices.
yeah.
That perfect ratio is what gives yellow mustard its smooth texture, just right thickness,
That
and
look
bold,
like
tangy flavor.
Dude!
Giant mixing paddles spin inside the tanks at speeds of up to 165 miles per hour. For a full hour,
Righty.
this high-speed mixing ensures every ingredient blends together perfectly, creating a bold, flavorful, and totally uniform mustard base. Once the mixing is done, it's on to the next step, grinding.
No!
This is where that signature smooth, creamy texture comes to life. But when it comes to making great mustard, shortcuts just aren't an option.
Don't you
There
dare!
are a few golden rules that
Oh my
absolutely
God.
have to be followed. And the biggest rule of all? Never apply heat during the process. High temperatures can destroy the mustard seed's natural
Oh,
spice
you worried about destroying the mustard seeds, yet you gonna grind them to death!
flavor. That's why, even today, traditional stone mills, made from granite or flint, are still used.
Fire this guy!
These massive stones can last for decades, but they need to be regrooved 2 to 3 times a year to keep them in top shape. The grinding process works kind of like an old-school mortar and pestle. One heavy stone rotates and presses the mustard mixture against a fixed stone, slowly crushing the seeds without generating any heat. This slow, careful method keeps the flavor sharp, complex, and unmistakably mustardy. At modern facilities using this time-tested technique, up to 170 tons of mustard can be ground every single day. That's enough to spice up millions of meals around the world. By this point, the mustard mixture is already pretty smooth, but it's still not quite up to the final gold standard texture. To get that perfect silky finish, it goes through one last round of fine grinding.
You're
A final step that
evil.
makes all the difference. The mustard is pumped through a high-speed motor system where specially designed blades spin rapidly, yet incredibly steadily. And here's the genius part. Even at those crazy speeds, the equipment is engineered to stay cool. No heat means the mustard keeps its bold kick and delicate flavor profile intact. This final grind is what gives mustard that ultra-smooth, velvety consistency we all know and
Man.
love. Over 30 grinders run every single day, processing around 90 tons of mustard. to
Are you
create this
proud of
legendary
yourself that you
condiment.
did this?
In fact, More than 100,000 gallons of mustard are produced every day.
I don't care anymore.
Once the mustard reaches peak, it's transferred to stainless steel holding tanks for the next stage of refinement.
Look like some gravy.
Here, low-speed mixers gently stir the mixture to remove any trapped air bubbles.
Anybody got some biscuits?
Why does that matter? Because
Look like some
leftover air
gravy.
can lead to oxidation, which turns mustard brown and dulls its flavor. The mustard is then left to rest for several days in a carefully controlled environment.
Oh, now you want to let it rest after you done did all that to it. Okay, buddy.
During this time, the flavor and aroma...
What you happy about, ma'am?
While the texture becomes even more consistent and stable. This is when the mustard ripens naturally, reaching its peak in both taste and mouthfeel. But even when it's ready, it doesn't hit store shelves just yet. Before any bottle goes out into the world, the mustard must first pass a series of strict lab tests, where it's...
Bro, stop. It's not sentient. You're not sentient. You don't know that these things ain't sentient. Just because they can't talk don't mean they can't. They ain't got no mouth to say nothing, so they're probably still sentient. We just found out that tampons was sentient the other day, because somebody came here the other day, his name was Sentient Tampon. You never know what's sentient, buddy.
Physical, chemical, and flavor profiles are all thoroughly inspected. Only after meeting the highest quality standards is the mustard finally approved and ready to make its way to kitchens everywhere.
Come back to school shopping with me at Didi's Discounts.
What you mean back to school shopping? You like 40. Oh.
Before mustard gets bottled up, it has to pass one final test called the smoothness check, a crucial step to make sure the texture is absolutely perfect. During this phase, the mixture is carefully inspected to ensure there are no...
Look, there's just no respect in this process. No respect. You see the way he karate chopped this switch? Look at this right here.
During this phase...
He said, boom, look at this.
The mixture is carefully inspected...
No respect!
...to ensure there are no particles larger than 0.01 inches. If even a single grain is too big, the factory immediately adjusts the spacing between the grinding stones to refine the blend even further. Because with mustard, every little detail counts. Then it's off to the filling line, where the bottling process kicks into high gear. Over 300 bottles of mustard move down the line every minute.
That's it? Rookie numbers, bud.
Those classic bright yellow bottles start off completely empty, but in a flash, they're filled and capped by an ultra-precise automated system.
Oh, you know what I will say about these, though? The barrel variant of the mustard bottle looks so cool. The mustard bottle that comes in the barrel action, it's actually cool. It's like, bro, I got a barrel.
Each storage tank can hold around 100 bottles of mustard at a time. And with that kind of bottling speed, pallets fill up fast, sometimes in just a single shift. To make sure every bottle meets top-tier standards, a high-tech visual sensor system checks each one individually.
Ooh, they got the jugs.
From fill levels to cap seals to bottle shape. There's zero room for mistakes. The entire journey of making yellow mustard takes about 20 hours, with a good chunk of that time dedicated to the flavor-developing steeping stage. And even after it's bottled, the mustard's taste continues to mellow and settle in just right. In just one shift, a single worker can oversee the production of more than 112,000 bottles of mustard.
You use a lot.
And once every bottle passes inspection, these golden beauties are ready to hit the road. Heading to grocery stores,
Dude said golden beauties. I bet you have 2 jugs in your fridge. On everything I love, I don't own any mustard. Hey, if I'm lying, strike me down right now. Because on everything I love, I do not own no mustard. I haven't owned a jug of mustard in probably 5 years. No joke. Probably haven't used a jug of mustard in 5. Because what am I going to use mustard on? Think about it. What am I going to use mustard on? I like my hot dogs with no mustard. Unless you're talking about a hot dog, there's nothing else I ever use mustard on besides a bologna sandwich. I'll put mustard on a bologna sandwich, but I ain't had a bologna sandwich in a minute either.
Tables and kitchens all over the world, bringing that bold, tangy flavor we all know and love.
I go out of my way to make sure I don't have no mustard in my house, just so I could have lived up this moment right here and been true when I was telling y'all I don't own no mustard.
Mustard is one of those rare condiments that even the health-conscious crowd can enjoy without worry. It packs a punch of bold, tangy flavor without adding practically any calories to your meal. It's virtually fat-free.
True, but you're right about that. There ain't really no calories in mustard. That is the good thing about mustard. You can sit there just some mustard action, not have no calories.
Is any fat? It's just a tiny bit of oil depending on the recipe used by the manufacturer. And the best part?
Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that clip me doing that back in the day? I actually did this in the same context. I was talking about mustard in that same exact clip way back in the day that I just did. Now I was talking about mustard way back then too.
It's completely cholesterol-free. Do you use mustard in your daily meals?
Shut up! Don't
Let us
ask
know
me
what you
nothing!
think about its flavor down in the comments, so you
gonna
don't miss
ask
our next
me,
deep dive.
do I use mustard? Well, it ain't none of your business if I use mustard or not. What if I do? You trying to get information from me or something? Tell y'all use mustard? Man, what's something that I eat that's in here? Ooh, Lord. No. Inside a lobster factory, that's messed up.